Hello, welcome to the energy update for August. And finally, some higher energy has been starting to come in from late July onwards. Have you felt this? Have you felt a lightening or a sort of feeling of quickening? If you haven't, that's okay. Just know that there are energy shifts occurring and there is a higher frequency light coming in that the angels are showing me has been circulating around your body, and they're adding your emotional body. So if you think of our bodies as being the physical body as well as the aura around us, which has all these layers, one of those layers is the emotional body, just like there's a mental body. It's just all part of our energy field and like the conglomerate of our structure. And so that is why we're so sensitive, because it is like having these outer antennas all over us. And the more sensitive we are, or the more down we've been, and therefore opening up our energy field for more difficult energies to come in and kind of stockpile, and all the emotional stuff and all the stuff that's really been going on and processing within you in the last few months, because let's get real, it's been really difficult, right? And so now that's starting to lift up. It's like they're showing me someone lifting up the lid of a crock pot of long time cooking stew. So they're showing me a slow cooker, but it's bubbling, right? And that lid is kind of like hovering up and down, just like when you cook soup sometimes, and you can hear it. You can hear that water boiling and the steam's coming out, and it's like that lid is jumping up and down, right? And so air is being able to come in, right? Light, and we feel lighter. For some of us, we're more sort of speeding along if we've done the work, and we're at the point now where we're like, yeah, I feel that lightness. I might not be 100% perfect, but there is no perfect or good. I might be 70, 80% there, or just 60% feeling better. Great, just keep moving forward, right? And for others, if that stew is full of some heavy meats and or items dragging you down a bit, there's still some brewing and stewing time, they're saying. Okay. However, there is a uplifting or a lifting of the lid. Okay, so some relief there for us. From my perspective, for myself personally, I'm definitely feeling the high of everything, which is great. And God, let me tell you, it's been a long time coming. So I'm really enjoying this energy shift. And also it really matches with what I was saying with my video from last month, that I called it from sensitivity to purpose. And towards the end of July, you're already starting to feel that kind of tapping in of purpose, that tapping in from spirit, the little nudge on your shoulder, the little whispers in your ear, or signs or synchronicities, numbers, or that feeling like of motivation again, even if it was on a smaller scale. If you're still going through the stuff, it's like going to the next level, right? And for others, it's like, okay, I know this, I've been brewing, now's the time. I was delayed, couldn't get stuff done, or felt bogged down, and now I can feel that starting feeling of getting the ball rolling again. So in terms of purpose, for some people, say for example like myself, that means getting back into the projects, flying ahead with the work, that kind of thing, as well as on an intuitive level, upgrading in that way. For others, it might be, okay, I don't feel as weighted down as previously. I'm not as obsessed with all that old stuff that was coming up, such as, parental stuff or emotional wounding from your past, or, anything like that. Mental anxiety, depression, all that stuff. So, as I said before, that lid being lifted up, you're now moving to the next level. So on that note, now from late July through to early August onwards, there's been this energy portal, and it's really palpable. It's really able to be felt. I'll just add a little segue here. If you're really focusing on what's happening worldwide, obviously health-wise, political wise, economy wise, and so on, you can get really dragged down by that energy and the energy of the media, which is on a repeat cycle of never ending information / and propaganda, and it can really get people down. There's that collective fear energy. So in the last few months, when you've been felt sort of pulled down and dragged under, a lot of that outside energy of the system, that the matrix, the everything happening has been affecting everybody as a mass. And so no matter what good intentions you might have felt pulled down even just by that collective energy of fear and the unknown and all that stuff, right? And what happens is it pulls you in, and then you as a sensitive, as an empath, you start to take on that energy, and it starts to integrate and mix up with your stuff, right? And so when you were feeling a little bit of self-doubt or insecurity or wounded from the past, is then compounded by the energy of others around you, right? Partners, children or parents or work people or whoever's around you that you're with / the greater community, your area, what's been happening with the health situation. I'll just put it that way because there's a lot of censoring on YouTube, so I'm not going to mention the C word and so on, which is ridiculous, but anyway, that's how it is, or else I'll get a little message under my video, and it's, yeah. Anyway, that's a whole other story. So with the impact of that happening with everybody, I don't remember where my point was leading to now, but I think what I really want to say at the end of the day is it's been difficult, and we have been compacted one layer of energy upon another, right? And it's almost like it's been designed that way, or we feel that the rug has been pulled from under us, and then we're standing there like, where the heck are we, and what the H is going on? And how do I even know? I don't know who I am right now, or how I'm going to move ahead. And that, so your personal situation is exasperated by the greater collective energy. Okay, so yeah, basically what I really wanted to say there was, what is happening collectively then becomes your own stuff amplified, sometimes without even realizing. Okay, so moving on from that, we are in this, what we call the Lionsgate Energy portal, or there's different words for it, but basically there's this great surge of energy, of light, of transformational energy that moves us to the next level, that circulates around our body system and allows us to begin to start to gasp for breath and breathe. Okay, so just like that lid coming off. So know that we're in this greater energy period, no matter what is going on in the world, because there's always going to be stuff going on, especially these days, right? But, I really do recommend not watching news items every day and not letting that infiltrate and control your life. You can still know the basics of what's going on and important information, but you don't need to take that in, day out, because it is designed to break you down and pull you apart, and it really is fear-based, and it really is mind control in a lot of ways. And even if it is authentic, what is being said, it's still a lower energy which is impacting you, right? So learn to recognize, become more self-aware. Okay, I've been consuming it a bit too much. I now need to step out, have a walk outside, maybe not watch it for a few days, and then move on. Allow that energy that's coming in at the moment to transform you, to take you to the other level, or tell you what you need to know, show you the next step. So be open to it. So what I would also say is on the 8th of August, now this is the day of the Lionsgate portal especially, but it's really this whole period from late July through early August to just after the 8th, I think around the 12th-ish it starts to wind down. But it should set off this electrifying energy as a sort of platform, or shall I say springboard, to the rest of the month onwards through to September. But I feel that other stuff will be happening in September. I guess I'll get to that when that happens. I just want to add, I have a very comprehensive article all about Lionsgate on my website, and the link is right under this video. So do take a look. It takes you through, it explains what Lionsgate means, the dates, how it's a really powerful alignment, what it exactly is aligning. So it's to do with Sirius and so many other things, all about the fire and the sun energy and the Leo energy and the number 8 and double 8 and archetypes and higher meanings and significance and higher expansion and what to do to really amplify that energy, and on and on and on and on it goes. I really published that several years ago, and I've worked on it over the years more and more. I actually even have more info to add to it, just don't have time to do it, so maybe for next year, but do go and take a look. So on the actual date of the Lionsgate, which is every year on the 8th of the 8th, this year there's actually a new moon on that day, and it happens to be in Leo. Now, Lionsgate is all about Leo energy. Okay, it's all about the lion. It's all about strength and power and coming back into your own, reclaiming your strength and that inner core, who you are, moving higher, dropping into the heart, stepping up higher into the higher chakras and the higher dimensions, and reclaiming that space of who you are and what it is you came here to do. Hence, coming back full circle now to the idea of purpose. So the idea of purpose that I mentioned in just earlier, in connection to my July video, where I was mentioning we're moving from sensitivity through to purpose. So I began to say the purpose for some will be like moving ahead with projects and moving ahead with what feels like your mission or your life purpose, or no matter how big or small. You don't need to know exactly what that is. It doesn't need to be a big enigma. It's following your heart. And on the other end of the scale, if you're not feeling that kind of thing for yourself, then it's just moving ahead with whatever it is for you, whether it's, on the job front or in your home, even just getting tidy and organized. It could be anything. Okay, so this new moon in Leo is further amplifying the energy of the Leo, which obviously too, August is the Leo month. So what I really want to say about this is I really feel this is a great clear day to just absorb the energy, get really clear, and you know what they say about the new moons, that's the time to really set your intentions and really focus on what you want moving forward. And so I really suggest that this would be a powerful time to do so on the 8/8. And it's come to my mind a few times that the date for this year, 8/8/2021, those individual digits all add up to 21, and we are in a 21 year. So what I'm feeling from that is it's open, it's social, it's opening yourself up, moving to the next level. It's for those of you who were maybe scared to expose yourself. And it's time to feel lighter, feel more vibrant, and connect with others, I would say, foremost as well, and really tune that next level in your relationships, or in your home and in your family and in the service sector, and the greater good for humanity. So that also reminds me of something that's been coming up time and time again in my mind as a message and as a kind of undercurrent of message through everything. And that's that we're so many of us individuals who are spiritual, who are open, no matter what part of the journey you are, even if you're a beginner on all of this, it doesn't matter. There's this feeling of needing and wanting to be more authentic and almost screaming to have your voice heard. So even at the moment, if you're not having issues with voicing your expression and all that stuff, it's a general theme that has been coming up in the last several months, let alone years. Okay, we've been purging and we've been wanting to express ourselves, and we've seen that the dark side of this, or the more unpleasant side of that coin, is people just spewing out their opinions, or, right in a kind of righteous way, or in the political spectre, that, that whole division thing that we know is a major theme out there in the world. And so it's amplified that sense. People are also restless, confused, angry and agitated. And so there's just this chaos, right? But for you soul, moon, earth walkers who feel aligned with something higher, who feel a goodness in your heart and a deep feeling of resonance, and that there's a higher meaning to everything, and that you've been wanting or so desperately for the world to change and all that stuff. As a soul person, you know deep in your heart what is true and what doesn't feel true. And you've learned the lessons along the way. And one of those lessons is to trust in yourself, trust in your heart. One of the themes that has been most difficult, well, I wouldn't say most difficult, but it's one of the themes has been this breakdown of authenticity. So this authenticity can relate to, work and business, who you are at work and the mask you might put on, society, to friends, other people, or publicly, or whatever it is. And even with close ones, I'm hearing for some of you that's even with your partner, or even with your child, or even with whoever, XYZ. And so it's your friends. And so now it's time to unpeel those layers. And even if you don't feel safe, yes, you can do this in little baby steps, but we're moving towards unleashing, or how shall I say, more unraveling those layers of division and confusion and the masks that we wear, and starting to come through more with your inner truth with people. Sometimes we've felt that we needed to follow certain formulas or rules or ways, or to fit in, or whatever it is. But now it's time to break those down and to be, you know what, I don't care if everybody says this is what I believe. So a small example of that is this illusion of weight, for example, as in how much someone should weigh or look on the skinny to overweight scale, right? And it's all just ridiculous. So a post that I put on social recently was, I wrote the words, I don't see you as fat, I see your soul. So really hear that, right? I don't see you as fat, I see your soul. So feel the resonance in that. And that's a message for some, if not all. And whether it reply to that theme or any other theme in your life, right? And so this is where we're heading to. So it might take some bravery and courage, but effort, right? You've got to take those steps. If I didn't have morsels of courage and bravery, I would never be even where I am now. And that's what I'm going to need for the years to come to do what I want to do. But we're always pulled back, and we have these bombs on our confidence and insecurities, right? And then it's time to move forward again. So at the end of the day, the main message here is it's time to move forward. It's time to take some breaths, get clear, make your intentions. And when we talk about intentions, I'm not just saying crazy kind of fake or exaggerated things. Like, it's not about manifesting $1 million or a Porsche. What it's about is peeling back the layers. What are the next steps? What are you here to create, give, serve? What is it you need for you personally? Get real and true with yourself and make a plan or list of stuff, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. Have a beautiful month. Let me know how you're going, and God bless you in every way.